Hello everyone, I'm the Droll Troll, and I'm here to do a review of the movie My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3. Yes, there really are 3 of them. To start off, I want to make it perfectly clear my position on the original. I loved it. It was great. In fact, I remember when it came out, it was a major sleeper hit for a reason. They had one thing going for it that is what Hallmark has been making a fortune on for a long time. The chemistry between the two characters was just dead on. John Corbett and Nia Vardopoulos, two basically people from the wrong side, different sides of the track coming together to create a life together. It was a beautiful idea, beautiful film. You had a nice infusion of Greek culture with sort of New England American culture, and seeing the two try to make it work together. Beautiful idea. Love the film. A lot of fun to watch in the original theater, and there was a reason why it did so well. So, flash forward to, I don't even remember, it was so long ago. I'm embarrassed to say I didn't even want to bother to look up the date. That's how much invested I have in this film. Sorry to say. My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3. To be honest with you, I don't remember the second one. It was forgettable. The first one's, seared into my brain, at least certain aspects of it, but the second one just just flew by. I don't even know if I actually watched it, to be honest with you. I don't recall. That's how memorable it was. Now this one I'll remember because it was just a hot mess. An absolute mess. And it's sad to say it, I really, really wanted to like this movie. There were so many things they could have done with this film to make it worth watching. And they didn't do any of it. They literally didn't do anything that might have made this one of those little sparkling gems in the otherwise horrid list of films that came out this year. It's sad. But I'll start off with the big one. Now here's where the spoilers are going to kick in. I really can't address all of the issues without speaking about the actual details of the film. So I'll start right off with the chemistry between Nia Vardopoulos and John Corbett. Now here I'm going to show the actual photograph. Look at that photograph. Seriously. What do you see there? It's almost like the actors couldn't stand each other so much that they didn't even want to touch each other in the photograph. They're literally not touching each other in the actual promo photograph for the movie. That, in my mind, is the very core of what's wrong with the film right off the bat. They spend almost the entire film apart. And when they are in the same scenes together, they're obviously not a couple in the sort of we've cleaved together and we are a partnership. It's more like he does his thing and she just leaves him alone. She does her thing and he doesn't interfere. Almost like leading separate lives. He could probably have an extra wife and 20 kids and she wouldn't even know. And when they actually eventually do get over to Greece, lo and behold, there's no difference there. He just wanders off, ends up parking his butt on the beach the whole time, hanging out with some Greek weird priest guy. And that's what he does for the whole movie. And at the very end, they have this little scene on a balcony, and they have about as much chemistry as a cat and a mouse. Literally. It's sad. Truly sad. Now with that said, without that chemistry, it's going to be hard to watch that show and enjoy it right off the bat. I'm sorry. But that's what the biggest selling point of the film to begin with. Now into the actual narrative of the film itself. It's all over the map. If they had just done a show like Chevy Chase's Vacation, where they're going to travel over to Greece and you see the lively Greek culture and their American understanding trying to deal with Greek culture, and they had all these interesting pitfalls and adventures, That, that might have actually been fun in spite of the lack of chemistry between the two people. But no, they don't. The premise starts off with their patriarch dies. In his will, he says, I want my diary to be given to my childhood friends. And, they're listed in the diary, of course. These people, which apparently they've disappeared off the face of the earth. Nobody knows where they are. But apart from that, and the main protagonists of the film, they don't spend any time looking for these guys. They just show up to the old village the patriarch was from and spend the whole time waiting for somebody else to do the work. Like some cousin is the one that does all the legwork to find these people. They just fart around in the old village that the guy came from. I kid you not. I don't know who wrote this, but they removed all of the great opportunities for adventures and excitement and thrills. It's deeply frustrating. So here's the premise. I want to address this whole diary thing. As a guy, I can tell you unequivocally, there isn't a single guy out there that's a childhood friend of mine for whom I want his diary. I'm not interested. No one wants to read the diary of this Greek patriarch who migrated to the United States and started a restaurant. Now, if my childhood friend was Richard Burton, or Elvis Presley, or Marilyn Monroe, and they willed me a diary, hey, sign me up. I'll take it in a heartbeat and sell it for $250,000. But I don't want the other guy's diary. And there isn't a guy out there that does. I don't know who wrote this. It wasn't written by a guy, because they never would have done that. They never would have made the entire film hinge on finding two childhood friends to give a diary to. It's absurd. I'm still laughing at how bad the idea is. So fast forward to them in Greece, right? Are they going to show up and be in this really cool Greek village with all these interesting people? No. I kid you not. The village is abandoned. There's nobody in it. So the only people they get to interact with is an old Greek crabby woman who's the patriarch for the village and a bunch of goats. Who wrote this? It's insanely bad. So they spend the whole time just interacting with themselves and like 3 people. Now I have to say, there is the mayor of this little abandoned village who's trying to revive it. Good luck with that. Because it's on the top of a mountain you can't get to except with a goat cart. And nobody would want to live there because they have no water apparently, and no electricity. Good luck trying to get a phone to work. In fact, one guy spends the whole film just trying to get his phone to work. It's, I don't know. I don't even know what to say on that. I'm laughing just because it's so abysmally bad at the overall direction of this film. Somebody should have read the script and said, okay, we're going to have to scrap this thing and start over. It's really that bad. And then throw in a wedding between a Syrian immigrant and a Greek farmer's son. And I mean, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to add extra weight to it so it seems more relevant? Or you got like a little checkbox. Okay, we got a gay guy, we got a non-binary, we got a Syrian immigrant. Let's see, the only thing we're missing now is a vegetarian and maybe an actual extraterrestrial. I don't know. What else do you have to put in it? It's just... So, we're getting to the part where... Oh God, I don't even know what to say. At this point, the film's already lost you because, who cares? And by the end of the film, you're wondering where the time went. It's 2 hours just sort of thrown away, and I regret paying money for it. In fact, I was in the movie theater. I was actually thinking, is it too late to give my money back? Is it literally too late to get my money back? It's so bad. Oh, eating all of the food and drink. And I didn't want to be there. But, we'd already paid for it, and so we went ahead and finished it up. But the bottom line is, there are some parts of it that are, that are kind of funny and endearing. Ultimately, there's no chemistry. The plot's a mess. It's a horrible attempt at trying to do a film. Unfortunately, they failed on almost every point. Oddly enough, the only character that, all the characters are likable though. That is the one good point that I have to say. In fact, they have something I never thought I'd ever see. Ever see, and that's a non-binary character that doesn't have a chip on their shoulder. They literally have a non-binary character in there that I like. I couldn't believe it. It's almost like the apocalypse is going to happen tomorrow because one of the predictions of Nostradamus or the Bible has just come true. That a non-binary character in a movie is actually likable. So what I can say is don't waste your money in the theater. If you really want to try this out, I'd wait until it goes to video and then do what our family does, the 30-minute rule. If you can't stand it for more than 30 minutes, then shut it off and move on to something else. I'm sorry. I wish I could be more positive about it, but it's a stinker. It's just a real stinker. So there you have it. I appreciate you watching this video. Please don't be upset at me if I didn't like this movie and you're the one guy who did. And if you didn't like it like me, feel free to click like or subscribe and leave some comments. Tell me why I'm wrong. I would love to hear someone give me a good reason why I'm completely wrong on this show. Seriously. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.